So Tristan, it's been
That
a long day. I
yes.
started this day off wanting to not have a panic attack, and then I ended this day with wanting two toys to make out. Life is very strange.
That's one way to put it. Sure.
So my drink of choice today is amaretto and orange juice because just like that little doll Gabby Gabby, I was like, my orange juice needs a friend,
Oh my god.
and I got some amaretto in here.
Am I just Forky now, like looking at you like, cool. What's
Well,
amaretto?
oh no, you wouldn't ask me. You wouldn't be asking me that question.
What's orange juice?
Oh my god, why am I alive?
I am trash. No, no, toy.
Oh
Trash.
man.
Trash.
So as
Close
many of
enough.
you know, as you've seen the if this is on our YouTube channel, those guys on the radio for another episode, by the way, of Friday Night Movies. It's going to be a very interesting episode. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel or just through our Podbean, you can see the title. It says Toy Story 4 Review because that's what we're reviewing. Now, we did not see this when it came out. We're recording this close to the time it's the episode's going to be coming out. We're pre-recording this one. We usually do all of them, but this one's going to be a bit more in advance. So either way, though, Tristan, you and I missed it when it came out
Yeah.
last June, by the way, which is weird. This came
No.
out June 21st, 2019.
Yeah.
And it was funny because this had been on the docket. We couldn't go see it in the theater together. I forgot what was going on at the time, but I think there were some other movies at the time that you and I we were unable to go see it.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was you were trying to go see it, but you couldn't, and then I didn't have the. I was like, nah, I'll wait till. I think I was. I said to you, I'll wait till it comes out on like Disney Plus or something. And it didn't come out. I think it didn't like just come out like last week on Disney Plus. It's been on for a few months.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. At the very least, it's been on for a while on Disney Plus. And then once it did come out, I was like, oh man, we should do that. And then again, just stuff happened. Yeah, all right, this was in October. Yes, okay, so it came out in October, and I was like, oh man, we should really like October, November. I was like, we should do this on the do a podcast because we've done the other ones. We even did Toy Story of Terror for Halloween in July a year or so back, and then everything happened in the world,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, wait, oh right, yeah, Toy Story 4 that existed, and and you liked it more than I did. So what, like, because you even said you wanted to see this in the theaters retroactively. You would go back in time to see this.
Yeah, I would go back in time and smack myself across the face and say, "Go see Toy Story 4 in theaters, you stupid, stupid, stupid."
What if we go back in time? That's a stupid idea.
It's a stupid idea.
What if we put his dad in jail?
Well, which they almost did.
No, that actually was one of the best jokes in the movie, only
I know.
because
I
I
can't believe
never.
that actually paid off as a
That's
joke that happened.
that's why is like, oh yeah, it's a funny joke, but the fact that
God.
it actually had a fucking payoff, I'm sure
Yeah,
parents in the theater were losing their shit.
yeah.
So yeah, so now again, you like this more than I did. What about it, like, really grabbed you? I guess.
Oh God, where do I begin? Um,
Well, no, like the first thing, or like, or maybe just something arching.
I guess the first thing that got me was when, well, Woody trying so desperately to. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I should just say the opening of the movie because we went back 9 years in the past to when Bo Peep got donated.
Which I'm very happy they did because, yeah, I remember at the time people watching Toy Story 3 were very confused and
Oh
very
yeah,
upset. And I
even
was
I
people.
was.
Yeah, no, we were people. It wasn't just random people, it was just us. We talked about that when we did the episode. When we did
Yeah,
the review of that. We were like, why is Bo Peep gone? There's no explanation. And I don't remember what the behind the scenes explanation was. I forgot, so I didn't want to speculate. But either
yeah. I
way,
mean, it was just they chalked it up to she was another toy that got donated.
yeah,
Uh,
but Bo Peep was. I'm talking about.
yeah, no, she was integral. She was one
Yes.
of she was part of the group.
No, that's why I'm saying behind the scenes, I don't know what the dealie was that what that
Yeah.
was, but no, yeah, she was integral. So what the hell? But this actually makes so much more sense, and also I love the fact that she was revealed to be a lamp because even from the first movie, her complexion is much different than the other toys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's
she was always part of that. She was part of a lamp in the old one too. I just think you only saw it in one shot.
oh my bad. Okay, she's porcelain then, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because again, her complexion just looks very different compared to every other toy. Where like you can tell even from the first one, Woody, Woody is like plastic. Like you can just knock
Yeah,
on Woody. Which,
plastic and
which
God damn it!
no, I'm being serious. Like I've literally
I
knocked
know
on the
you
toy.
can.
What? Either way,
No.
you could knock on Woody and you'd hear like I had because I still have the old Woody toy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do too.
Yes. Buzz
I
is
actually got up and I had Buzz too, and I got up on my chair and looked up on my shelf. I'm like, it's okay, guys. It's okay.
but speaking of but no, but so what I was trying to get at though, Tristan, was the fact that yeah, like she looked different and it didn't really strike me as a kid. Now I look at the both of them. I look at the whole entire movie and I was under the impression that I can't really watch 3D movies. They make me nauseous. Was this in 3D? Cuz I could swear to God the toys were right fucking there. And I don't want to sound like an old man. I'm only 27. But I remember a time where CG movies were like, oh, that cute little thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that cat was real or not. I'm assuming it was a real cat that they.
Yeah, it could have
But
been.
no, but that cat looked real, Tristan.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying it was hard for me. It did not uncanny valley me.
Right. Well,
Usually,
because I looked at something in the as I was looking through the credits, and it looked like I don't know. I'm not sure exactly, but it
mm,
seemed like there were credits for like a fair and an antique store or something along those lines for them to like have a basis to animate over.
oh yeah, no, they probably had that motion capped. What
Yeah.
I was going to say too. I mean, look, dude, it's a big jump up from that cute little the wiener dog in the first movie.
Oh, yeah, the second one.
Oh, right,
Yeah, Buster. Buster was
Buster.
too.
Was Spike the dog in the first one?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Spike and Buster. It's a huge fucking step up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
Definitely.
kind of what I mean. Is like even looking at the movies, both of them on Disney Plus, which I'm assuming they're using the Blu-ray masters. Even with those, because I haven't seen them on Disney Plus, but even looking at those, wow. This, I mean, I'm just looking at everything in this movie. Like they look living, breathing. It's kind of terrifying, especially when you see the dummies later.
Yeah. Oh God. I love how they even Forky's like he's terrifying.
Well, yeah, no, you said earlier the humor was really good in this one. I think that was not its saving grace because I don't hate this movie, but like it was definitely exemplary. Like the humor was fucking was hilarious, quite frankly,
Yeah.
without lack of a better term. But what I don't like about the humor, though, even though it was still funny, I feel like it betrayed the characters. If that makes any sense.
You
Like
think?
what I'm trying to get at here is when did Buzz become this stupid?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
That was
he's fucking hilarious.
right.
But when did like the in general
He
this isn't
definitely did feel more self-aware in 3 than he does here.
right, and that's my problem. When they went
Yeah.
9 years back into the past, I was like, "Oh, are we staying here?" Because that would be
Yeah.
interesting. But
Because it feels
no,
like Buzz is almost back to 9 years ago.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
yeah, so Buzz, and I feel like even other characters as well. I feel like I was under the impression that throughout the three movies, Woody has grown, but it seems like Woody is just making the same mistakes as usual. Where it's like, all right, now I know we need to have some kind of conflict. I know that we need to have some type of drama. Not everything can go according to plan. Then, therefore, we wouldn't have a movie, right? But at a certain point, with Woody, at a certain point, just being like, after four movies, after, is it 20 years even in their time? Has it been 20 years?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, after 20 years he's just like, all right guys, so how about this? Okay, someone else makes a plan and I don't fucking listen to it at all and I completely fuck it up. What if we did that again? Well, I don't like that idea, Woody. All right, good. I won't follow that. And then, damn.
I
Oh,
mean, I feel like he tries his best to follow, like especially with Bo Peep in the shop when shit goes wrong.
no, he did
Like,
not try his best, literally at all. He realized again, oh, damn it, I screwed up again. Damn. That's just Tom Hanks talking, not even Woody. Oh, gosh darn it. But, no, but like, he
well, he
tried.
jumps the gun, yes.
Yes, but he consistently jumps the gun to the point where it's like, have you learned nothing, sir? It is betraying the characters. They grow. They've grown. They're not children anymore. I mean, obviously, Woody's been around for like 50 fucking years, but like, the idea is like in the first movie, it's like, oh yeah, they're all young and you know whatever, and then like it's been 20 years and it's just like the same old shit. So that's kind of
Yeah,
my
I mean, I think it's also Woody trying to come to terms with taking a back seat and not being the lead toy, which he's so used to doing, and old habits die hard.
which is
So
a
yeah,
problem
he
because he's
does kind
always
of,
which is a problem because so they've shown him to be okay, so they show him to be bad at like taking the back seat, but it's not like his usual plans don't go well, which is the problem. Like his like in other words, when he is the leader, he is good at it though. That's the issue. Is that like I'm happy he's taking a back seat and he's not with the toys and he's found himself, but like those toys are all fucked. They have Buzz being like, I mean, unless Jesse takes control, in which case, thank God. But they
well,
have,
yeah, that seemed like the passing of the torch
thank God.
with Woody giving her the sheriff badge.
Yes,
Which,
yes,
oh my
yes.
god.
Yeah. Just Buzz just being like, let me listen to my inner voice. By the way, his fucking inner voice, as funny as it was, I hated that it was always right.
Yeah, oh my god.
Got me so
Return
mad.
to base, Space Ranger. All right, fine.
He didn't have. You're only supposed to have like 3 stock phrases, and he has
Yeah, right?
20.
He's
Fuck
got
him.
like over 100.
He had like, no, he pushed it. Well, I'm saying just how many times he pushed it. It was like 20 times. I was
Which is
so mad.
kind of hilarious because I wonder if that was in the commercial in the first
Uh,
movie. I wonder if it like I know it mentioned something about X amount of catchphrases. I don't know if it had a number on it
if
though.
it was,
If it was like over 100 catchphrases, I
then
will
fuck
fucking
it.
laugh.
Then fuck it. All right, I'm wrong, right? But it
Oh
was just so
god.
funny because like normally these toys have, even in the 90s, have like 3 stock
Yeah,
phrases.
right. I mean shit, Woody has new
3.
phrases come in each movie too.
Oh, okay. I've only noticed maybe like 4 to 6. I thought it was only 3, but like 4 to 6. But like Buzz went up to like 15. Just
Yeah.
constantly pushing it. Just although I believe those were probably quotes from the cartoon, though. Funnily enough, you know the Star, Buzz
Yeah.
Lightyear Star Command.
Well, you mean Woody's Roundup?
No, no, no. I'm talking about the Buzz cartoon,
Oh, okay.
the one that we had, which was like the
Yeah.
actual real adventures of Buzz
Right,
Lightyear.
of Buzz Lightyear. Yeah.
I wonder if some of those were quotes, even though they were redone by Hanks, because
Uh,
not Hanks,
yeah.
by
They could have been.
not Hanks. Who voices Buzz again?
To Tim Allen?
Tim Allen. Thank you. Yeah, no. So Allen, I wonder if he had to redo them because he didn't do the voice of the character, in the show.
Yeah, no.
Someone else. Yeah. So, but it would be funny if those were some, because it sounded like some of the stuff that he was saying. I was like, did I hear that as a kid? Because I'm pretty sure I watched maybe like 5 episodes or so when I was younger. I don't know if you were a fan of the cartoon.
I didn't see a lot of it. I have the movie that started it.
Hmm.
I didn't see a lot of the series, but I did really enjoy the movie.
Oh, okay. VHS.
Yes. I still have
know
it
it.
too.
You know it, baby. So yeah, I love the new additions. I loved Keanu Reeves so
Yes.
much.
Oh my god, Duke Kaboom.
I was wondering. I was like, did he remember that it was Keanu Reeves?
Oh yeah, I totally did.
Oh my god. Just
Oh, he's my new like he's my favorite new toy.
I was expecting them to be like, "Oh yeah, the dad was the kid." I don't know why. I was like, "What if the dad was the kid from Canada?"
Oh my god.
Well, the movie would the older movies would have done it. Wait a minute. Lejean?
Jean?
I don't know why I expected that. So how do you feel about, cuz this is my problem, one of mine. How do you feel about Gabby Gabby?
I
Oh,
it was
that's how you feel.
well,
The
no, it's complicated because
yeah,
I like the fact that she was not as evil as Lotso
of course.
because that made this feel like it made this feel like this villain, quote unquote villain, was not just recycled. She is her own toy.
Right.
Um, so I like the fact that she wanted to do something good. She was just going about it the wrong way.
It's just funny the way she went about it is just like don't get me wrong, right? I'm happy that she had a good reason, like a reason behind it that wasn't malicious, and
Yeah, exactly.
and I'm happy that again like
Like she was a good toy, but doing bad things.
but it's really funny that it's very much, and even though this is a Pixar film, it's still under Disney, so it's very funny that Disney for some odd reason has just like recently been hitting it out of the park with let's redeem the character but also make sure that people know that they've done horrible things. So like she literally kidnapped Woody and tried to get information out of him from basically the child of the group. And
Yeah,
I'm not that she was mean about it, because to be with Forky, because to be fair, I think she really did like Forky,
yeah,
but like she kidnaps a child,
yeah. She kidnapped Porky.
and then they basically, she, I don't know if she genuinely knows, but to me it came off as manipulating with everything that she knew, being like, "Give me the box, Woody."
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a bit manipulative.
At the end,
It was manipulation.
yeah, and then of
Um,
course and then oh my god, he wakes up from the. I assume they had no
yeah.
fluff anesthesia or anything.
Oh god.
So
I mean, hey, like it's funny. I thought it was gonna be, like like Mafia hit. Yeah, take his kidneys and dump him in the fucking, dump him out back in the dumpster.
and that's what's so
But,
weird
like,
about it. They didn't.
no, they did. Like they actually stitched him back up. Like, no, we don't actually want to like kill you. She desperately wants that voice box.
Yeah, and that's what's weird is that I feel like the movie just went in too many different directions where it had too many different set pieces. Like it was just like we go from the house to then we go to kindergarten to then we go to we go on the road and then we go to the antique shop and then we're in the carnival. Like there was so much. Also, but I do love that the toys actually did a carjacking though. That was nice.
Yeah. Oh god.
Left, left. But just having Kristen Shaw screaming as they had to have been dicks about it and been like, Kristen, you're gonna be the yeah, the GPS, and she's like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Oh my god. Um. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I actually enjoyed the pacing.
Hmm.
It didn't feel like they were hopping around. Like they moved around a lot, but it didn't feel jarring to me.
Oh no, I just feel like there was a lot. That's all I'm saying. Like it was a
Yeah.
lot to juggle.
Um, and it always gave uh, Woody a reason to like. It always gave Forky like an out to try and escape, and Woody's just like, "Oh dear God, no!"
Well, the one thing that I don't like about Woody, Matt, you mentioned something before. The one thing that I don't like about Woody, while I'm happy that Bo Peep, is in the film, and I understand that you want to tie in, I guess, Woody looking for Bo Peep, and then of course they have to be in the antique shop for some reason. But all he sees is the lamp. That's all he needed to just run into an antique shop. I mean, I guess he doesn't get out much, but
I
Woody.
mean, that lampstand was pretty iconic. I would say, like, it's him looking at it like that's it. Like maybe God knows if there was another Bo Peep, but like it could have been a special lamp. I don't know, or maybe not.
I
But
know. It's
just
just
the idea of him after all this time seeing her lampstand, being like, "Wait, let me just," because he's kind of just like, "Let me just check
yeah, but I mean,
first."
you know what it is? I knew the store was gonna fucking open up because of the time, and I
Oh,
sat
yeah.
there, and I'm like, Woody, get him back there first, and be like, all right, I'm gonna be right back. I think I found Peep, and Buzz will be like, fuck, I'll go with you. I know
Yeah,
we need
I
conflict, but
thought about that too.
I know we need conflict, but again, the movie at some points made it seem like the characters had to be a lot dumber than they used to be just to create the conflict. that's kind of where I am with it. Where you need to have him go into the antique store. You need a movie. You need to have the dummies from fucking the
Yeah.
Goosebumps book be there.
Well, I feel like that's the thing. Woody just figured they'd be in and out. It wouldn't
Yeah.
turn into the whole.
But you never know. I mean, that's literally how every one of their movies is. We're gonna just be in and out. So, and then
So
the
yeah,
claw.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that it's like at a certain point, it's like, is he gonna do this in Toy Story 5 and then 6 and then 7? At what point is he gonna be like, all right, it's too much? Because I feel like after 4 of them, him doing these same exact similar mistakes, it's just like, all right, dude, Jesus Christ. And again, like I mentioned, Buzz just getting dumber and dumber, even though it's hilarious. But it's just like at a certain point, I'll say this much: I'm happy Jessie's leading. Like I said before, I'm very happy she's the one in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, they had to do it with Buzz's character for him to be the foil and for him to kind of find his own voice. Like, Woody describing, like, that's a whole new thing that they've kind of introduced with this. It's like, or that they've explored more, I should say. Not that this is the first introduction of it, it's that they're expanding upon it. That the toys, like, have sentience.
Who is he? What? Who is the voice?
Who's the voice? Yeah, oh my, I fucking died.
Oh yeah, no, again, hilarious. But I'm like, Buzz, that's something like the first or the second Buzz from the first 2 movies would have said.
Yeah. That's why it was hilarious when Forky's walking back on the highway with Woody, and they're like, he's like, wow, he thought he was on a different planet? Exactly!
Oh no, that was the cutest thing. I mean, he's basically telling him his whole life story, and he's listening because he's a little child.
Right.
That was the cutest thing. In a way, it feels like that was a weird passing of the torch. Not really, but like, it was still really nice.
Well, it's from, like, having Forky realize that you're the new favorite toy, like, you are important to her growing up and her development. She needs you. Yes. I'm Bonnie's trash? Yeah, you know what? Sure, whatever gets you through the movie, kid.
So that was funny. What I find weird, though, because again, I'm happy that he, understands his, like, okay, I'm here to help her, but it's just so odd that Woody gets to have that piece where I would argue that Forky's piece initially, his, what am I here to do? His was already just established by him being born. He was like, look, I'm fine being trash. And it's like, no, you're not trash. It's like, no, I'm not being mean about it. I'm just trash, and that's totally fine. I just want to go and be trash. It's just odd that Woody had to make it be like, no. You are here. You were created only for her amusement, and you will die by her amusement. And then by the end of it, Woody's like, never mind. Everything's fine. And now, like, I kind of want Forky to be like, oh, so if you can leave, then I can too. It's like, no, you can't leave. I can, but not you. It's like a weird... That's why I said that it feels like the movie did too much. Like, it went in too many different directions. Like, what is... Because I feel like every movie has, like, a central theme. And if this one is, it's for the person to find their own voice and to roll with it, I feel like just by being in his birth... I'm happy he's learned, how to communicate, but just through his birth, Forky's voice and his feelings were, I just want to be with some trash. I'm dope with some trash. I'm not interested in being a toy. And it feels like he has been, told over and over, no, you have to do this. This has to be your role. And then for Woody, he's like, my role can be anything I want it to be. Did you get that? Or is that, am I misinterpreting, you think?
I guess so.
No. I mean, if I'm misinterpreting, that's fine. I'm just curious if...
No, because, well, I mean, I feel like you're not wrong in what you're saying. But I guess I kind of took it a little lighter.
Right. I mean, they're not intending that. They're not trying to tell kids conform,
Right. I feel like the idea, like, you're right. He does kind of push him into, like, you are a toy now, you have to do this. But he also kind of opens his eyes to the fact that he didn't say it that way. Like, he said it too forcefully. He should have said it, like, but you can be something different. Like... The idea that all of, like, yes, he was trash, but now he's basically been recycled into something else. Like you can serve another purpose. Like you don't have to be just trash. You can have a new purpose after your first one is done, and that's what Woody
Okay,
then
so
comes to realize later in the film. Like
okay,
you
you're
don't
right.
have to be this girl's toy. You can be anyone's toy, or you can help other toys find their place.
You know what? You're 100% right. Yeah, it's the idea that no, 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 no. You've fulfilled your purpose as trash. Now, because for me, it looked like it was more like, no, 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 but this is my comfort and my safe. So for some reason, I have to lose my comfort and safety just for her. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he can't do both, right? But it feels weird because it's like he didn't ask to be born.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's really weird just be like, look, she made you, and god damn it, if she breaks you in half, you like it.
But that's
That is
like
not what
that's
Woody
also
said.
the thing. Like Bonnie would never do that.
No,
Not
of course.
purposefully.
Well, not this age.
No. No. Yeah.
She is, listen, when she's a teenager, she's gonna use the other side of that spork to help her light up, okay? Because she's gonna bring her friends over and she's gonna be using the side of that fork to move over some resin.
God damn it, man.
You know what's funny? I don't even smoke, but I've known people who have over the years that I'm like, huh,
Right.
interesting. By the way, I love that her parents. Look, I'm not saying that her parents are bad parents. Because actually, it's not even on the parents. Actually, it's on the. So this is the most unrealistic part of the movie, and I know that all the toys talk, and one of them was created by the will of a child, as if she is God, breathing life into her children. But hear me out, Tristan. The 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 part that I could not suspend any disbelief for is the fact that a kindergarten was like, "Yo, kid, here's a fucking spork. Go nuts." You would think the second they see her making the spork, they're like, whoa, buddy, what if we give you a spoon? Like, you don't let kids just have forks like that in the classroom as kindergartners.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a lunchtime
well,
thing.
Right. Yeah. You were the one who made the joke to me while we were watching in text. When Buzz was like, "She's gonna," it's like, "Oh, she's gonna wake up any minute." It's like, why didn't you give her the fork? The spoon is safer.
Which is true. Like, 100%. I was, no, because then it leads to the parents.
Yeah. Because there you go. Like, there's Buzz's intelligence. Like, for one golden moment, he lit up and it was like, actually, guys, let's give her the spoon so she doesn't, spork her eye out in the middle of the night when she rolls over.
No, because that's the thing, though, right? Like, then it leans over to the parents, not just who let her sleep with that, because to be fair, they didn't know, because, again, Woody was trying to throw him into the bed. But when you look at later on in the movie, when she is sleeping, sitting up, holding a fucking spork, and she's moving her head up and down, and I'm like, ooh, this is going to turn into a very different movie in a second.
Yeah, I guess it's the idea, like, she's old enough that the parents are like, she's not gonna,
she's 5.
Yeah.
She's 5.
I'm
just saying I blame the teacher. That teacher should be let go.
Oh my god. Oh, it's funny because I feel like that teacher and the policewoman at the end of the movie that helps the little girl that Gabby Abby goes with. I feel like they were the same character model.
Interesting.
Just slightly different.
Oh, you might be right, actually.
There was another instance of that too. I can't remember where it was.
I see what you're talking about, though. You might be right on that, actually.
And
because I'm thinking about it right now.
Holes, so like it's fine that they like recycle the character.
No, I mean, dude, yeah, it's just really, but it's also funny that we're talking about an animated movie, and because it's all CG on computers, it's like we talk about it like we're talking about video games.
Yeah.
By the way, this looks better than Kingdom Hearts 3, I think, right? Doesn't it?
God damn it.
No. Kingdom Hearts 3 looks amazing with the Toy Story world, but I'm saying legitimately, I think this looks better, and I thought that looked amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. That's the reason I bought that game.
Yeah, well, Toy Story, yeah. I'm still considering buying it. I'm like, it's gotten cheap enough, maybe, and I'm like, no, I mustn't. I have so much else on my plate. But one thing that's interesting, though, just talking about some of the actors and voice actors and whatnot, apparently some of the toys in the closet. Right. It's so funny. No, you don't understand. You think you know, right? But you don't know, right? Okay. Famous comedians were the characters, and we didn't get their names in the movie.
Right.
So apparently, so these are all the toys in the closet, right?
Right.
Mel Brooks was Melephant Brooks.
Oh my god.
Carol Burnett was Cheryl Burnett.
Oh shit, that was Carol. Oh my god, I
And
wonder if Anthony knew that. He
and
was
Betty
losing his
White
mind.
was
Oh my god.
was Bitey White, which I think was the teething ring.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
I know, dude.
I could just. Oh my god.
I know.
I can
I
just
know.
imagine Betty White like laughing so hard, like you're gonna be a teething ring, and she's like, "All right."
Oh, they got Carl Weathers back as Combat Carls.
Yeah.
I think he was all three Carls.
Oh yes, yeah, all three Carls. And you know why this is the perfect movie?
Why?
Because at the very end, they still remembered Carl. He got his high five.
Mm-hmm.
He got his fucking high five. My god, the attention to goddamn detail. I'm sorry, but like,
Well, I got so sad about that because
I
like
know.
even Woody didn't even know he was doing it.
No, he didn't know. Because Woody wouldn't do that. Like he didn't. He didn't know. There's a lot going on.
Well, because the thing is, it's so funny because like it
Oh.
makes so much sense. You don't high five three people. Like it clicks to me. I'm like, in general, if you're high fiving people, like high five, no one goes in for the third when you're in the back.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, and then you kind of just look away, and there's a third person like, oh, what about me?
He left it up so long too. I was like, oh no, you precious toy.
Also, Christina Hendricks was Gabby Gabby. You might not know her. You know the name.
Yeah, I feel like I do know the name.
I mean, she's an extremely accomplished actress.
Yeah.
She's been in. She was in Zoolander too. That's quite odd. That is not probably one of her best roles. No offense to her. She's called the seductress in Zoolander 2. I'm like, she was also in Bad Santa 2. Again, another one that I don't know if that's one of her best roles. Well, she's the voice of Lois Lane in All Star Superman. She was, which is a cartoon, like a straight to, yeah. But I mean, she was in, what movie was it that everyone loved her in? I forgot. Drive. Ryan Gosling was in Drive, 2011. You remember Drive? Everyone was like going nuts over it.
I think so. Yeah.
Just by name. I'm not saying I never saw the movie, but like everyone was like, "Oh, Drive with Ryan Gosling, it's so good." She's also she's in that Scooby Doo movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that new 2020 one.
Yeah.
Like the animated one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so odd. I'm trying to see something that like you might know her from, but yeah, no, nothing. She was in Rick and Morty. Oh God, she was Unity. Do you know that episode with Unity? Oh God, I don't want to get into that.
So. Yeah, I have to catch up on that.
Yeah. Either way, she was in Firefly. Huh. I've still yet to see Firefly, but every nerd.
Yeah,
like
I've been told to watch it multiple times too.
Oh, of course. By the way, so is it the same voice for Bo Peep? I think it is. I think it was the same woman that voiced Bo Peep originally, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Think so, yeah.
Wow, from Jesus Christ, 95. We were 3,
Yeah.
Tristan.
And, oh, God. Yeah, I know. I think that's also why that this, even being a fourth movie in a series, because, like, I admit I was not, I guess, excited for this one. Because of how 3 ended, but now watching it, I feel so stupid. Like, I want to go back to myself from the last podcast and smack myself and be like, you haven't seen it yet.
But the thing is, though, is this didn't need to be made. It's a beautiful story to try to tell. It's funny, but did it need to be made? I think that's the biggest question. Did it need?
I'm honestly happy that it was made now.
I'm happy, yes.
That the story that it tells, I'm actually very happy. Like, I never thought there could, like, not to say this is an ending, because technically, like, for me personally, I feel like they can go, like I said before, they can go anywhere with it now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's kind of a nice thing for me personally to think, younger kids can have their own Toy Story. Because,
but the problem is that they're calling it 4, so like...
Yeah, that is one thing that I thought about. I'm like, it might be better if it wasn't numbers and that they had their own, like, subtitle.
Yes. One thing that I want to say to you though is that I'm not saying it's bad that it's not a needed film. I'm just saying that after three, with the way that it ended, even though it didn't make me cry so much at the end, it still was such a satisfying conclusion. This feels like the dessert of movies, and people like dessert, but I feel like this is just an extra. You know, like the first three were the meat and potatoes, and
Yeah.
then this is just nice, entertaining extra stuff on the side. You know, this isn't part of
I mean,
when we were kids. What was it? It's part of a balanced breakfast.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during those.
Heroes.
Yeah, just yeah.
Part of a balanced breakfast in your galaxy near you.
Exactly. So this is not what this movie is. It's extra. So that's why in my if they just don't give it a subtitle and just keep on naming them five, six, seven, I'll
Yeah.
be like, all right, guys.
I don't know how I'd feel about that, but I get where you're coming from as it being extra, but I kind of feel that it's actually the natural progression for a story for this story
You know,
because
yeah. Oh no,
and
I'm not. I'm not saying that it's. What I'm saying is, even though I feel like the characters in some cases have regressed, the story, yes, and actually you're 100% correct. It's the natural progression. They didn't go in like a weird direction. The trailers made it seem like this was a weird direction, but actually this is the natural progression of where they could go from here. I
yeah,
just mean that, you in theory could do without dessert.
yeah,
With the way the third one ended, right? If you
right.
never saw this movie, you wouldn't feel like you're missing anything.
Because I feel like it's more of a just a short-sighted thing on my part. Like I honestly didn't think there was anywhere left for Toy Story to go.
But that's fine because, but
I
that's,
saw this
but
story put together, it kind of opened my mind to like, oh, there is still a lot of possibility for stories, and I'm happy about that.
no. But it's not. But the thing is, it doesn't have to. That's what I'm trying to get at, though. There's always a possibility for stories in any medium. But
Yeah,
I
which
would
was
argue,
done well. Like this
yes.
was still done very well. Like honestly, I hold this on par with the other three. I'm gonna be real.
Hmm.
And like the first
Yeah.
one is still my favorite, obviously, because that was my first Toy Story and I grew up with it. But like
Yeah.
this, I mean, this felt on par with all of them to
That's
me.
fair. No, that's fair. I'm just saying that.
I really didn't think it was going to be.
Oh no, and that's fair too. I'm just saying that again. All I'm getting at is, it just just because it can be done doesn't mean it needs to be done. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
The whole you never thought that well, the scientists, they never. What's the exact quote, Tristan? You've seen the movie more than I
scientists
have.
never stopped to think instead of could I do this, should I do this.
Basically, to paraphrase Goldblum.
I knew you were gonna. As soon as you started that, I'm like, he's gonna quote fucking Goldblum, isn't he?
But that just is what it is, though. Again, it's not a slight on the film at all. It's just one of those things where they made a perfect trilogy, and now they have the opportunity to make a not so extra perfect trilogy. Because four is a very strong start, but if they, if they make a five and a six, they have the potential of fucking that all up, and then
Yeah,
someone's gonna say,
there is the
yeah.
potential.
And if they do, you're going to be like, damn, I feel like they should have stopped that. And it's like, yes, because they could have. They could have stopped at three. And in fact, they could stop here too. There's,
Yeah,
even though I understand there is the potential for more, but not every story ends. I mean, the first one and the second one arguably ended, not open, but like, yeah, the characters did their thing and that's fine. So in this case, you don't, need to, like, the characters have fulfilled their purpose. Literally, this is Woody's purpose. So you want to see him. You told me before we began the episode, you want to see movies of him fulfilling his purpose.
yeah. I would love and Bo Peep. Like, I'd love to
Right.
see them together, like hopping around the country, like putting toys together with kids, or
Yeah.
just growing an entourage of toys.
And I'm fine. And I'm fine with them doing that. But I think I want to see it more as like short TV specials or
Yeah, specials,
as
which
specials.
I can agree with.
Yes. Or as even just larger vignettes, perhaps. Larger vignettes. What I mean is, in a larger film, you cut up different segments into their own vignettes, their own stories, so that you feel like, okay, this is done in this amount of time, then this other one is done in this amount of time. Now, where would you jump to? Well, you would jump to between. You probably wouldn't really focus much on Gabby, even though I think there's something there. I don't know what happened to those fucking creepy ass goddamn fucking the
Oh,
puppets.
the ventriloquist dummies.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, so either way though, you could, I'm just saying that if you don't focus on Gabby, you could still have one with Woody, Bo Peep, and the rest, and then the other with Buzz and everybody and Jesse and everybody else.
Yeah, I think that probably hit me the hardest was knowing that, or at the ending when Woody has the choice to leave Bo again or to leave the group, like, you know, I feel like everybody, like, obviously Bullseye and Slinky would be really sad to see him go, and Buzz too, and Jesse, but like I feel like they've come into their own now, so like they'll be all right, especially since they're still pretty integral in Bonnie's playtime too. But like Buzz and Woody are, they've been pals the whole time. Like they grew into pals and they were best friends for the whole series. So to see them have to say goodbye, yeah, Toy Story punched me straight in the heart again. And I said this to you before we even started. I'm like, because we were like, all right, what are we gonna do this time? It's like, all right, why don't we do Toy Story 4? I'm like, all right, hopefully it doesn't emotionally break me like 3 did.
And I thought it wouldn't, which was weird. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it would either, and I was sorely mistaken.
But the reason why I feel like I want this to end here is because I don't want it to try to do that every movie.
Yeah, I don't. Oh God, I don't know if I can handle it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what is five? Is five just going to be like? Well, I guess for some reason Bo Peep and Woody have to split up, and then six is like, well, I guess Woody has to split up with himself.
I mean, he already technically did.
Oh, hey, saw your other half out there. Yeah, well, you mess with the cat, you get the claws.
Oh my God, that was fucking hilarious.
I'm so happy that toy was still alive. I legit thought it was not alive, and it actually felt nice and reassuring to be like, oh, you're good.
Oh, and the two stuffed animals are also. Wasn't one of them Michael Keel? Is that his name?
They're both Key and Peele.
Yes, Key and Peele.
Yes,
right.
one is Keegan Michael Key, the other one's Jordan Peele.
Right, Keegan Michael Key. Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah, no, which I thought that they were going to be. I thought they were hilarious in the trailers. You disagreed wholeheartedly. Because I remember you thought like, oh, like they're funny as comedians outside of Toy Story, but you did not like them as these plushies. In the initial trailers.
In the initial trailer I didn't, but here, I actually did really enjoy their performance.
Yeah, I think the marketing for this movie betrayed it.
Yeah, I think it did too, because I feel like the most people were talking about was like, oh, the toys are sentient, and like it was making it feel like it was going to get weird, and it was actually much more wholesome than that. Like, obviously, yes, if you dwell and think and like, well, the toys have sentience, does that mean at some point they'll be like, overthrow the humans? But like, Toy Story was never about going in the weird direction with this idea of this universe. It was always to be the wholesome, like, yeah, when a kid grows up and they inevitably leave their toy on, the toys kind of come together to help each other out.
So wait, hold on a second. So it's been a while since I've seen any of the marketing material. Where did you get Destroy the Humans from?
Well, maybe not so much from the marketing itself, but like hearing me and my friends talk about it.
Okay. Because I was like, well, hold on there, partner.
Hold on there, yeah.
There's a what the fuck in my boot. So, okay, yes. But what I feel... So, again, this is the problem with introducing so many of these characters. I feel like I didn't really get to know the two dumbasses.
Yeah.
The bunny and the duck.
Yeah. Is that what we look like on the inside?
Oh, my God.
So much fluff.
Also, I don't care what anybody says. Their thoughts on what they should do.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Well, let me tell you why they're funny. Because, at least for me, the first one was the funniest. It genuinely seemed like they weren't speculating. They were in the moment. So when they jump out at her
Yeah.
I was like, did they just fucking reveal themselves to a human?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it cuts.
Oh my god.
At
Just
my
Buzz. Like, no, we are not doing that.
Oh, what about the old whatever Rush, the plush Rush? And then they literally stalk her in her home and they're about to murder her.
N O.
Oh my god.
No.
I think your favorite one must have been when they became kaiju, right?
Oh my
With
god.
the
Yeah.
lasers?
Dude, oh my, and Kaboom's reaction. Do you really have laser eyes? Yeah. Whoa. God damn it. I love Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom.
He was so funny.
He was so perfect.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Also, I thought they were gonna play up a thing, but it seems like they didn't want to do that with Kaboom and with Bo Peep.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I think it was like obviously it was to make Woody a little jealous, and he did. But like it was only one sided. Like only Duke was like, "Yeah, we're a thing," and she's like, "Yeah, sure."
Well, I love that Duke was like, "Oh, I love the kids," and like he knows their names, and Woody's like,
He knows their names.
and Woody's just like,
Oof. Oh god, yeah, the sheep like, oh, they're so happy to see him, and he's like, yeah, Billy, Gus, and Ruff, they're girls. Oh shit.
Well, not just that, just the fact that he got their names completely wrong.
Yeah.
I lost it because I also had forgot their names. So I'm like, you know what, Woody? I know you knew them for longer, but fuck it, I'm with you on this one.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm gonna be completely real. I didn't even know they had names.
Well, no, yeah, of course.
I know because I wonder if Bo Peep said them at one point. I don't think she did.
I really don't think that she did that. I think that's the joke.
Yeah, yeah.
I assume anyway.
Oh god.
Oh
But the
man.
fact that she rides around in a skunk and an RC car, that was fucking cool. Like Bo Peep is so goddamn cool in this movie. I'm so happy they did that. But I'm also glad that they took that time in the flashback to be like, yeah, Bo wasn't just, part of the lamp. Like, she was active in helping out the toys, too. Like, shit, she was the leader in Molly's room, which would
Right.
make total sense.
Right, of course, yes. Something I want to mention, we brought up the idea of a possible sequel before. Well, there is also a little bit of that on the Wikipedia page itself, where it talks about how the producer, this is Mark Nielsen, he was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Actually, no, Tom Hanks was. But either way, in general, there's a lot of different. So basically, there's so many. I've been drinking a little bit more. Producer Mark Nielsen confirmed that Pixar will return its focus to making original films instead of sequels after Toy Story 4 for a while. This was said on May 2019. However,
Right.
Tom Hanks mentioned on the Ellen DeGeneres show that the film would be the final. And then Tim Allen warned about the emotional final goodbye between the characters. Yes.
Right.
And then this was, they don't say the exact date. Nielsen eventually said that he did not rule out a possibility of a fifth film, saying, every film we make, we treat it like it's the first and the last film we're ever going to make. So you force yourself to make it hold up. You don't
Right.
get in over your skis. Oh, whether there's another one, I don't know. If there is, it's tomorrow's problem, which I like because, I don't want the gut punches every film, but I do think that it's good that this film, to me anyway, feels like a final one because, I don't like the idea that, constantly every film has to have like this, oh, what if? You could argue that, Woody at the end being with Bo Peep is the what if there's another one, but not really. Like it would be nice, but it's not like sequel bait is what I mean. Like the third one I thought, was a conclusive end, but I mean, arguably the second one and the first one didn't leave anything to interpretation for another film,
Yeah.
arguably.
Right.
So I have to say I do enjoy that philosophy, and I feel like that they've employed that with every film, even this one. I know that it could be, but not that it has to be. Like, it didn't seem like when Woody was with Bo Peep, it felt like, and, in 2 years from now, guess what you're going to fucking get? You're going to fucking get Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel like we have to sit back and go, great, they're going to make 80 more of these,
Right. Yeah.
Because I do feel a little fatigue from every movie feeling like it isn't a full movie.
Yeah.
Not every, but fair amount of movies nowadays that are bigger blockbusters feel like it's like, I know you wanted a full movie, but what if we gave you 1/3 of a film and that third is really bad? Well, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you go watch it on Disney Plus. I have run out of orange juice and amaretto. What that means is this podcast is over, baby. No. Oh,
Yeah, I really did not expect this to be as an emotional roller coaster as the third one was, and yet they still managed to punch me in the gut again. And I love Toy Story. I love it to the point where it just, but I, like you said, I kind of don't want it to emotionally mess with my soul every time I go to watch a Toy Story film.
And that's why I like those shorts, because the little shorts on ABC, those were just cute little fun romps.
Right, exactly.
Where you got to know.
I need some of that. Like I need there to be less stakes. I don't think I've ever said that about a series before.
Because,
but
that's the thing. They've showed that it doesn't need to be in movie form. If they gave you a cute little TV series on Disney Plus,
yeah.
I'd be down for that.
I would too, yeah.
You know, like, I'm okay with I'm not saying I don't want to watch these characters anymore. I'm not saying I don't want to see them, do things. But, yeah, I don't think that there needs to be any more, high... Because this could have been told in a series, like a TV show. It would, like a full season, of course. But this could have been told in a season of episodes as well. It didn't need to be crammed into a movie, with all these different ideas going everywhere. So, I don't have any problem if we follow this family, if we follow the original cast of characters with Bonnie, or if we follow Bo Peep and Woody and everyone else. It would be great. So, I'm cool with that. I just don't know if I have it in me to be Toy Story 5, like I've been saying before. But sadly, at the end of the movie, which I think we talked about this before on our Keikaku Corner podcast, but the voice actor for Ham, not Ham, sorry.
No, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, of course, duh.
Yeah, Don Rickles.
Yeah, Ham was funny in this one though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Don Rickles, he passed away, and so I believe we talked about the fact that they actually had to use archival footage for him.
Yeah, well, voice, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, archival voice stuff for him. So I'm wondering if maybe they had more scenes in the trailer, but they cut them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They also, for one of the animators as well, I believe Adam Burke was the name.
Yeah. Yes. I don't have his name in front of me, but he also passed away, which was very sad. They had a touching Toy Story inspired tribute for the both of them. Yeah,
for both of them, and I thought that was really nice.
Yeah,
really sweet to see.
Yeah, definitely. You told me through text, just to talk about something a little bit later. You said through text, you said something about Bonnie's dad is a trooper or something. Was it just because he went through all this shit?
Yeah. Oh God, that was even before the whole RV started malfunctioning on him. Holy crap!
My favorite line was, Bonnie, Daddy needs to use words.
Yeah, oh boy, Daddy's gonna have a few words. Let's go see the carnival, honey. I love how the mom is like, okay, we cannot have you curse in front of our daughter, but at the same time, I understand why you're going to. Let me take the child away from you.
This is a rental.
They are on point with each other. It's like, honey, I need a minute. Got it.
Yeah. One thing I want to say too is, so maybe I wasn't paying as close attention, but did you notice Bonnie drop her backpack? I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice it either.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
I thought I was losing it.
I was too emotionally invested in everything else to realize that she dropped her backpack.
Yeah, no, I was like, Matt, put the drinks down. She dropped her backpack. I was like, Buzz, what the hell?
Yeah,
how did you what?
But
by the way, so
there definitely must have been a point where she does.
There has to have been.
They were so good at detail for the rest of the film that I highly doubt they would miss something like that when it becomes integral to the plot.
Yeah. There was some stuff that they did throughout the film, just very little minor stuff that I was like, damn, on point. Just little things that I just loved so much. Yeah. But we're talking about Woody a little bit more, though. The reason why I think I'm clamping down on it so much, damn it, Woody, you're a bit too much here, is literally the fact that he actually left Buzz behind. I was like, wow.
Yeah. I think it's just he's so adamant about not leaving somebody else behind. Granted, Forky is the one in immediate danger, not Buzz.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he shouldn't just turn around and be like, "No, I'm gonna go in there." I mean, he does the same thing to Bo too, but
No,
it's
because like no, he can have a disagreement, and then of course, in pure like anyone can be a little upset and have a disagreement. My
yeah,
problem is that it feels like throughout the whole movie, I guess what they're trying to imply is Woody was, well, not even imply, just say straight out like Woody, you think you know what you're looking for, but you're not. You're lost, even though you're with someone. You're still lost. You need to
right.
find yourself somewhere else, on by yourself. And I'm okay with all those things, and I like that. But like, goddamn, like the idea that like Woody's always been the guy that's like, no, we all have to stick together, and I mean we have to be doing this together. You know what, if you can't do it, I mean, look, if I have to do it, I'll do it. But like usually he would leave people with people, but
Yeah,
literally it's just like, look man, I'm gonna go, and I know you're gonna come with me, so I'm gonna go. And then he turns around and sees Buzz isn't with him, like, you would go back. It's just very, I don't know, I'm probably just not seeing it the way that it was presented. But to me, it just comes off as something that I feel like if Woody has done before, it's very much like an old Woody thing,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, he's Woody's stubborn. That's one of his flaws. Like, but I mean, it can be a detriment to him at times. But like, I feel like it's a stubbornness out of like Bo Peep says to oh god, I can't remember the little what was it, Officer Giggles?
yes, Officer Giggles, yes.
Oh yeah, she was great too. Like,
Oh, she was hilarious.
yeah, Bo having a partner was great too. It's like, is that the cowboy you told me about? It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, no, my favorite line was, I mean, hey, look, I made mistakes too. You remember me and He-Man?
Oh my god, yeah, that was fucking great. Oh my god, I want to see what that was about.
I also do as well.
Oh, um, oh yeah, and like when they first meet, she's like, "Oh, a sheriff, huh? I'm an officer too."
I know. I was like, go, get it, Giggles. It's like, you got it.
But yeah, even the fact that like Woody is stubborn to the point of like, yes, he goes in by himself and gets in over his head, and yeah, sometimes he'll be a little rough around the edges with his friends to the point where like, hey man, like you should probably think about this.
Oh, I know. I just feel like this time it was like, I feel like this movie turned a lot of people's things up to 11, which usually ends up happening. And I'm not saying this was, but I'm saying usually ends up happening in bad last seasons of television shows.
Yeah,
Where,
I get what you mean. Yeah, they
yeah,
take one character trait and they dial it up to 11 because they
right.
don't know what else to do with them.
Which stinks because, again, the story, like you've been saying, I agree with you. It wasn't a bad direction. It makes sense. Like, oh, yes, of course, we're going to expand the world here.
Yeah,
Um, they get to meet characters in a carnival, so it makes sense. That's why the two were plushed like that. They're clearly, characters you would win
yeah.
in a carnival,
I
like,
loved it when
game.
Buzz closed his shield. What do I do, Inner Voice? And he closes his shield on the duck's, on his helmet
Yes,
on the duck's foot, and it's just like so happy with him. So
I know.
the fucking shit-eating grin he has on his face, priceless.
Oh, man.
Oh, um, but yeah, like what Bo realizes after that moment passes is like it's his loyalty that's it really is inspiring. Like, yes, it's a bit bullheaded at first, and like yeah, he should learn to think things through a bit more. But he is that kind of like what when he jumps out the window of the RV to go save Forky. It's like he's like 5 miles. I can make that. Don't worry about it. I'll meet you guys there. And goes and like Buzz follows suit afterwards. Shit, Jessie does it too when she realizes they have to stop the RV from leaving. And granted, he does have a bit of luck in knowing that it'll work out. Like, not every toy could jump out the window of an RV and come back and be like, "Yeah, it was fine, guys. Don't
I
worry
mean,
about
three of them did.
it." Fair.
Also, I loved what's her name's Bonnie's toy. I loved her assessment of the situation, which was literally just like, why are all these toys just
He's
jumping out of
jumping
windows?
out the window. Right, yeah. Dolly? I believe her name is Dolly.
Oh yes, okay. Something that I found odd though is that, like, I get it, like, time has passed and they're trying to paint things differently, but it's a weird movie trope. It's not just something with Toy Story 4. It's a general movie trope where this happened with the newer X-Men movies all the goddamn fucking time, Tristan.
Yeah.
We watch every movie to movie, and then there are supposed to be good times,
Right.
but we sure as shit almost never see them.
Yeah.
Now, at least the first three Toy Story movies, up until, most of three, they were the good times at least. But now with this one, it's just we jump into it immediately where, Woody is now the not so favorite toy, which is fine. But the fact that, like, we have Dolly being like the head and Woody's not the head. And I'm fine with that, but it just feels weird that, like, Woody has still not accepted this. I don't know how long it's been since the third movie. Maybe it's only been like a few months or something, but because how old was she in the third movie? Bonnie.
Um, I don't actually know.
Yeah. I guess she was 4 throughout those specials.
Well, I think she said she just turned 5, so yeah, it might have only been a few months.
Okay, okay.
She starts kindergarten, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Because I think in 3, when Andy's mom is talking to Molly's mom, she's like, "Oh, is that Bonnie? She's, I haven't seen her in months. Like, she's so big, she's growing up." And she's like, "Yeah." I believe her mom said, "Oh yeah, she's just about to turn 5, or she just turned 5."
Okay, that's fair. Oh god, the funniest line, one of the funniest in the whole movie was, "I completed kindergarten."
Yes. Oh my! I could imagine all the parents in the theater like laughing their fucking asses off at that line.
Because,
Just the look at their faces was so genuine. Like, oh, honey.
well, because of the fact that that's something that a kid has definitely repeatedly said.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's a standard story, like a stock story of the kid completes their first day and they go, "Oh man, I'm done." And it's like, no, baby.
Maybe. Yeah. I can only imagine that must be a story from like one of the animators, and they're like,
yeah.
"We have to use that."
No, yeah, most definitely. It's just, again, it's something that I feel like a lot of kids have said throughout the years. Oh man, I don't want to go back. Don't take me back to school, Tristan.
Yeah.
Sorry, just hearing that phrase, "I completed kindergarten," and I thought back to my own kindergarten. I was like, well, thank God I got out of that shithole.
Yeah.
As I drink the last bit of my amaretto, I still had more in here. Wait a minute, hold on there, buddy. Anyway, so anything else you want to say about this movie before we wrap this one up?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like I could talk about it endlessly, but
Funniest part of the movie. I feel like I've named mine. So the funniest.
funniest, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
There were a lot of them that really got me.
The least funny. I don't know.
Well, there was one line that I think was a joke for the parents, and I could be wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
All right.
Being stupid about it, but when Bo is introducing Woody to Duke Kaboom, and at the end of the conversation, like she convinces him. Oh yeah, the whole line of like the safest way into the shop would be behind the shelves. I know, right? This toy sounds like a complete idiot. I know, right? And Woody's just like, "Okay, Bo, I get it." Like, thank you.
Yeah.
But when their conversation finishes up and she's like, "All right, we've got our ride," or something to that effect, and then Woody just pulls his pull string and it's just yeehaw, and like she looks at him like, "Really?"
What a dork.
I guess I'm like, was that a joke for the parents or was that just me?
Maybe. I thought it was yeehaw, like we did it, but you're right. It could also be that.
Yeah.
I've already said pretty much my the funniest. I think one scene that I liked, just not it was funny, just the way it was done.
Yeah.
I loved how they went from wow, a helpful hand in Gabby to a hostage situation in under a minute. Just the way they shot it and the way they moved, it
Yeah.
took me like I was watching it and I'm like, oh boy. Like at first I was like, because I
Oh,
thought it was a human.
right.
I thought it was like a small little tiny grandma. Then it's the dummy, and I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like, wait, the dummy's pushing a baby? Okay. And then it's just like, no, it's Gabby. Okay, weird. And then Gabby's like, oh, I know Bo Peep, which is funny because she technically does. She
Yeah.
didn't lie. So
Right.
she's like, I know Bo Peep, get in. And I know like Woody is kind of like, nah, but I feel like there was something about the way they tried to play her initially, to me, made it seem like the way she was later, which is like, no, you guys are getting it a little twisted. She's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
And then when they turn, and Woody's a little freaked out, and I'm just like, but then she's like, no, 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 don't worry, we'll get there.
Right.
And then Woody says something, and even before the dummies come up, I'm like, this is a hostage situation.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
when
the
the
dummies come out.
dummies just come out, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay, I was correct. This went from this. You don't get into cars with strangers.
That was definitely very well done. Like that whole scene, like
Yeah.
even the subtle like getting darker as they move between the shelves of like
Yes.
all different stuff. Like that whole scene was orchestrated perfectly.
It's so interesting. We did a horror movie for Halloween in July, which was just last. Actually, yeah, by the time this comes out, it already happened. So we actually talked about Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
Yeah.
The dummy scene felt like it belonged in that. We should have probably talked about this for Halloween in July, honestly.
Oh lordy, Jesus.
Well, not the first dummy scene. I'm talking about when they're going through the sides.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
think they could make it through there, but they did.
Right.
Because I forgot they're actually not that heavy.
Yeah.
Because they're dummies. So no, they get in through the cracks and crevices is what I meant. I was like, oh,
Right,
look,
yeah.
they're safe, and then they come through, and I'm like, they're not safe. Jesus fuck. That threw me off. Oh, did you see that kid rejecting Gabby? Because I did, and I kind of laughed. I shouldn't have laughed, but I laughed.
Yeah, I had a sinking feeling. Like she was looking at her for too long, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, even before that, the fact that they were watching the scene and they weren't, fucking going into the bag, which again, another thing where I'm just like, I get it, we have to watch it because then she's gonna be with them, but like,
Yeah, I thought it was nice that Forky was like, no, Woody, like, no, this is the best part. Of course we should see this.
I
and then-
know.
No. I'm like, uh-oh.
I just think that again, every character deserves redemption, but like Disney, for some reason, does like I'm like, but she kidnapped them. I'm not saying we throw her in toy jail or something, but like, just leave her to
Yeah.
her own devices. She'll find somebody. She has the box now. Which, by the way, I'm sorry. Can I say this to you too? I can't believe we've been talking for so long. Specifically, me, I've been talking for a lot, and I did not mention this. Why is Woody so weird about giving away his voice box? Fuck you, dude. You all can still speak to each other, and Bonnie doesn't even play with you. Why do you need the voice box?
That's why he comes around to it at the end. Well, I mean,
No,
that's kind of-
no, Forky was kidnapped.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying, like, Woody eventually comes around. Like, if it takes me giving you my voice box to get Forky back to Bonnie, I'll do it. Like,
But
so
that's
be it.
but that's a hostage negotiation. What I'm trying to say though is that early on in the movie, even though she was a little weird about it, when she says, "Listen, I need your voice box," if he said, "Oh, then no," and then she was like, "Well, I'm gonna need it," even though she was being weird about it. I guess maybe that's the whole point, is that she was just being weird about it. But like in general though, why does he need it? If
I mean, even still, it's a part of his own person. Like, yes, he doesn't need it to speak, but like,
I'm just saying, it feels like a gallbladder. He can still exist without the.
yes, but it's also like it's still the idea of removing something from his body. He's
Look-
like, because he's like, no, it's stitched in there. Like,
Yeah. I just feel like,
like no, it's not as integral as when like he started to lose his arm in 2.
Bo Peep loses her arm. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Actually, that might have been the funniest scene. Oh, like screaming and Woody screaming and everybody
The sheep.
screaming. And she's like, no, it's fine. It happened all the time. Like, tape.
Well, that's why she had all that shit on her.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I think she's so resourceful and so cool.
Oh yeah, no, she's dope. They must have looked at 3, heard everyone's backlash, and were like, okay, we fucked up. What if she's dope? She's,
Right.
what if we have her be Little Miss Bo Peep to like fucking Lara Croft in Tomb Raider?
Yeah, right.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
I like, yeah, he does come around to the idea like, all right, I don't really need it, so sure,
well,
you.
no, that's not why. Because as far as he knows, they are going to hurt Forky. They kidnapped Forky. They still had him.
Yeah, I think it's when she has that talk with him. Yes, it still sounds a bit manipulative, but I think Woody finally understands where she's coming from and why she's so desperate to the point that she's being weird, like being manipulative and weird and
I
dark
know, yeah,
about it. And he's like, all right, let me give you your chance.
yeah. It's just I maybe I'm just harping on the kidnapping, but that
Yeah.
was
Oh no, I like you're still right in that sense.
okay.
But I mean,
Um,
I'm just trying to think of it like
well, no,
how.
yeah. I mean, I just think that maybe they didn't have enough time, or maybe they were like, no, but she was never gonna hurt him. And I'm just like, if there was a toy court and a toy jail, that would not have been.
Yeah, no, if everybody else, like, if the rest of the toys were around, like, Jesse would have been like, get the fuck away from Woody. Jesse
Yes,
kicked the crap out of her.
yeah. Oh no, not hurting Woody. I mean hurting Forky.
Yeah.
Because as far as I like,
Actually, no, they did technically try to torture Forky. Oh, well, because the dummies were, like, twisting his arms. But, like, I don't know if they were actually, like, torturing him or, like, actually tightening them so they stayed in
no, no,
place.
no, no, no. They were no, no, no. They were actually tightening him to help him. So what I'm saying is
Oh,
Forky knows and the audience knows. Oh, she actually does not want to hurt them. But I'm
right.
talking about from Woody's perspective. He's like, "Wow, I'm out of options. I guess." Like you never hear the line. I mean, I guess if you're gonna hurt him. Oh my God, no, 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 no,
True.
no.
Yeah.
Like as far as everyone's concerned, it looks like this was a hostage negotiation. You give us the money, we give you the kid.
Right.
And then
And the kid walks out and it's like, no, I'm actually fine. It's like,
yeah.
oh, we were never
Okay,
actually going to hurt him.
but still tell that
Yeah.
to the police because it would
Yeah.
be very odd if your takeaway from it was, "Wow, the parents realized they didn't need the money." No, 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 they want their kid back safely.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, "No, no, no, the parents realized, Matt, they didn't need the money." I'm like, "No, Tristan."
Yeah. They want their child back.
Oh God, that's that episode of have you been watching the unabridged thing from Team
Yes.
Four
I
Star?
was thinking of it immediately as we were talking about this. I thought about bringing it up.
If
Uh,
anyone doesn't know, yeah, Team Four Star they abridge, which is a way
yeah.
to
On a
say
bridge.
no, no, I'm saying, but Team Four Star abridges
Oh, yeah.
Dragon or bridged in the past tense Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z, which is basic. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's like a parody dub essentially of Dragon Ball Z, and so they've recently moved on to creating works of their own. And even though they actually put in a lot of effort into the abridged series, like they even like edited mouth flaps,
Yeah.
which I didn't know when they
Dear God.
yeah, that's a lot of work. But either way, they've moved on to doing more original content that's very much their own IP, and not like the abridged. And so they did unabridged, which is very much like the Office style of television show,
Yeah.
and they do it based on like a fictionalized version of themselves. And so yeah, there was one episode where one of the guys just didn't know, he just didn't understand that he basically kidnapped a child. I think he thought it was adoption, right?
Yeah. He's like, I kind of, unofficially adopted him. Lanny.
Yeah.
There's no, that's not.
A thing. And then the cops called, and he just didn't realize that he was basically making it
Yeah.
a hostage situation. It was half awkward, half funny. Some of it was a bit much for me in that episode, but it was still funny in general. Because sometimes awkward
Yeah,
comedy
like,
is a bit much.
Everything works out in the end. It goes back to normal. But,
Somehow.
like, yeah. Yeah, my God.
So yeah. So either way, though, that was a weird tangent. Yeah, everyone knows my stance on this on future sequels of this movie, but I think it was a good end if it is the end. I feel I had my problems, but it's not that it wasn't entertaining. So I would still recommend it to any of you if you're thinking, "Oh, they said some stuff about it, should I go watch it if you haven't yet for some reason and you've listened to this whole thing?" Definitely do that. Go watch it. Have a blast. It's going to be fun. It's just I think that there are some issues with the way the characters were done. But I have to say though, the animation, I've said it over and over, but I mean it. It's too good. Oh, you know what wasn't too good? And I fucking hated it?
Okay.
I'm
That
sorry to the
that
person
was
who
a
did
twist.
this.
The movie's fun, and I had a good time. I didn't like a few things about the characters. Oh, you know what I hate?
Well, no, to quote me, I said fucking hate.
God damn
And I
it.
don't blame the person who did this because I'm sure they were mixing this for a television.
Right. Oh, the volume. Yeah. That.
Yes, you watched it as well on a computer like I did. And literally, and I know movies have done this since the dawn of time now, but really for the last 20 years, people make those jokes all the time about, oh, the talking is too low and the effects are
Yeah.
too high.
No, the
But
talking was very low. Yeah.
it was abnormally low,
Yeah.
where when I put
And
it
it's
low
funny.
enough.
I actually watched it through my PS4 on Disney Plus
Oh,
on my
okay.
TV, and yes, it was still way too low.
Yes, I mean, okay, because I was assuming you watched it on the computer, but even watching it through there, your TV isn't like it's an HD TV, but it's an older one, and it's not like a cool surround sound. Like again, they mixed it, assuming that people are gonna watch it on a really good setup, when really nowadays people are watching on their phone or on their computers, in my opinion, even
Yeah.
movies. So the way they mixed it, usually Netflix has multiple options like, oh, this is this version, this is this version, so you can try to have one that best fits the setup that you're watching it on. Disney Plus does not have that, so it was abnormally low, where like a talking scene is just like, if you have it on the volume to try to make sure that the fucking special effects don't sound effects and everything and the soundtrack don't fucking kill you, you have it on and it's just like, we have to go save him.
Right.
Like I thought I was listening to ASMR. And then if I turn it at an appropriate, level where it's just like, we have to go get him. Bah, 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 bah. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, just screaming at you to the point where I'm sitting here and thankfully I didn't have headphones in, no rip headphones, but I still had to turn the dial on my fucking speaker so much because we're doing this podcast a little late as we usually do, 2 in the morning or so. So I was watching this at around 11:30 to 12, and it was just going, I mean, out of control. I was like, come on, guys. So I feel like that's the only issue that I have, and it's not even technically one with the movie. It's just how it was done and now released on Disney Plus. So really it's a Disney Plus problem. But it's still something, if you're watching this, you should be concerned about before it goes before your ears explode, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, there was Spanish language option. So in theory, there was Spanish buzz still. By the
Which,
way,
yeah, would have been different dialects depending on which. Well, no, not this one. He wasn't speaking Spanish in the movie, so.
I will admit though, I'll say this much though. This is the only part where this movie wins out over Toy Story 3. I'll say. I do think this is a better conclusive end for everyone,
Yeah.
because Toy Story 3 ended very oddly. Like, it felt like a conclusive end. Like, yay, we're with the new family. But, like, Buzz was, like, flamenco dancing with Jesse. And I was like, huh. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
interesting. So even though this was a Woody-centric movie, like, literally the whole movie could have just been about Woody, quite frankly. But, and then having everyone else at the end to be like, goodbye, Woody.
Right.
But no, I think that's the one part. I think that it was nice to see there be an end with everyone, and I think that in a weird way, I don't want to say it was like a metaphor, because I don't want to get like depressing here, but like it felt like it was I don't know, it felt very much like a way to symbolize, like, I guess, death, if you will. And I refer to death as like not like a death like, oh god, he's dead, bury him, but like this idea of just of moving on, of retirement, the
Yeah.
old grizzled veteran.
And Woody's kind of in his own little heaven now with Bo Peep at the
Yes.
carnival. Granted, they can go around anywhere, but like.
No, yeah, and they're gonna probably meet him again one day, but it was just,
Yeah.
but it was a nice, it was a true goodbye,
Right. Yeah.
I think. You have all your friends with you, you all get hugs, and then it's like, well, it's my time.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So,
Yeah. No, I get that.
yeah. So that's why I feel weird if it's like, it's my time, and then I feel like a fifth one would have them all meet up again for some reason.
Right.
you know, and it was just like, hey guys, it's been like 2 years, but I'm back, and it's just like, oh, we're doing because I don't think they would go. It would be nice if they went in a random new direction, but I still feel like they're gonna be like, but what if we get the toys all back together again, and it'll be the same old shtick from the last four.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it was a much better movie than we both thought. So I
Yeah.
recommend it, and I'm sure you do too.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so thank you all so much for listening in as always. This was a very weird one. I don't know if I should be drinking more or less during episodes, but I actually haven't drank in general. I haven't drank in months,
Yeah.
Tristan. You know me. I'm generally a lightweight anyway,
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
and then I haven't drank in months. So I was like, you know what? Let me bust out some of that old amaretto. It was unopened. I don't know when we got it, but it's unopened. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do it a solid.
Matt needs to recharge his batteries. Okay, honey. Let's.
Well, no, I looked at it and I was just like, oh my goodness, you've been, because I assume when I go to sleep the liquor all walks around and talks to each other. So I was like,
Oh
buddy,
yeah.
you haven't been used, like like you've just been stuck in this cabinet. That's awful.
Come here, you.
Yeah, you've got a friend in me. As I'm just drinking. But either way, Tristan, when all this quarantine stuff is over, you and I should do shots.
Yes. And you'll have a shot glass that I've made for you to do so with.
Right, I forgot that you did that. Yes, you will. I will.
You're
You
smashed.
also, you may also have an Xbox 360 of mine.
That I may or may not have forgotten to give it to you and had with me the last time that we hung out.
You and I went to go see a friend's show, and
Yep.
you brought it, and you
I
left
did.
it in my home. We went to the show. We came back. We were both sober, by the way, so that's
Yeah.
not even an excuse.
Yeah.
And you took your bag and you left.
Yeah. And I just about got to the train station and remembered, wow, this is heavy.
And you were only 2 blocks away from my house, which is really what pissed me off because,
like 3 blocks.
oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. 3 Blocks.
I was already there.
You would think he was a toy. Well, 3 blocks for a toy. I mean, what could you do?
Yeah, Woody walked 5 miles. What am I complaining about?
Actually, that is funny. He did, which was so hilarious. 5 miles, I can do that. At a certain point, it's like, are you Woody or are you Doctor Who?
Right?
Which one are you, Woody? No,
Oh,
like,
God.
no,
Yeah,
like,
that'll be Toy Story 5. Just him punching through the, not diamond, but space diamond to get through the fucking confession dial.
Toy Story 5 will have Woody's dad be Harrison Ford. All right?
Oh my god.
Woody's dad will be Harrison Ford.
God
Don't
damn
at
it.
me.
I'm not. I'd watch it.
Which is so funny because isn't Hanks and Ford around the same age?
Something like that, yeah.
Either way. All right, love you all. Take care. Tune in next time for another episode of Friday Night Movies. We're ending it on that.
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird. All right, so love you all. Take care and tune in next time. This has been a very fun one. So
Yeah,
see ya.
definitely. And we'll see you to infinity and beyond.